Hello everyone. In our previous lessons for HTML and CSS, we were able to create web pages and style them accordingly using CSS. So CSS created an improvement of the HTML pages, but there was one component that was missing, responsiveness. And this is now where Bootstrap comes in. So let's see the topics that you're going to cover in this unit. So the first thing that you're going to look at is the introductory part. We need to understand what Bootstrap is. Also, I will show you how to download and install Bootstrap in your projects. The next topic that you're going to learn is Bootstrap Collapse. With Bootstrap Collapse, it simply makes your your content to be displayed or hidden when an item is clicked. It could be text, it could be a button, it could be a link, and so on. Also, we have the grid system. The grid system, it arranges your contents into different columns. So we are going to look at how it works in Bootstrap, whereby just like the flexbox in CSS, with Bootstrap you can create equal and unequal number of columns, and the flexbox was limiting us to that ability. Also, we have the tables. I will show you how to create responsive tables, responsive HTML tables using Bootstrap. Also, I will show you how to create responsive forms using Bootstrap. We were able to create HTML forms and we styled them with CSS. So this time you're going to make the form responsive with Bootstrap. Also, we are going to look at the navigation bar. We covered navigation bar in CSS, but in this case, we are going to look at a navigation bar with a drop-down menu, and also we are going to use the collapse option so that it can display or hide when you are using smaller screens like mobile phones. And also the carousel, these are just image slides with captions. So I'll show you how to create that. So the first thing that you're going to look at, we need first of all to understand what Bootstrap is. So basically, Bootstrap is a framework for creating responsive websites. Like I said earlier, with responsiveness here we are looking at displaying your web content on smaller devices such as smartphones, tablets, PCs, laptops, and even wider screen devices. So you can be able to view your content from any device, and that is what responsiveness is all about. So let's now look at downloading and installing Bootstrap. So the first thing that you're going to do, we will open our browser. We open our browser. So once you have opened your browser, type here, we'll open Google. We'll go to the Google page. So I'll type google.com. So in this Google page, we are going to type here Bootstrap 4 download. Bootstrap 4 is the latest version of Bootstrap. That's what we are working with, and that's what we are working on. So click on this first link, download Bootstrap. So it will give you this page. So come and select, there's a newer version of Bootstrap 4 so that you can work with the latest version. So from here, you're going to see this. So click download. So you will see this compile CSS and JS. Hit the download button again. So I'm using Internet Download Manager. That's a bit faster, but still, even if you're using your browser, it should be faster because it's a small component. So just start download. So once the download is done, click open folder so that it takes you now to your download folder. So here is my Bootstrap. it's installed, it's placed in downloads, then there's compressed folder where your zips are placed. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to extract these Bootstrap. So right click, say I'm using 7-zip. So even if you're using WinZip or you're using WinRAR, you can use any of that. So I'll just say 7-zip and then I'll say extract to Bootstrap. So you're going to get the extracted folder here. So if I double click it, you're going to see CSS and JS. So this is what I wanted. So I'll go back and take this folder. But before I do that, let's go to our PHP storm. We create a new project. So I will close this current project. So click on File, Close Project, so that you don't close the entire program. So click Create New Project, and then in this untitled, I'll type here Bootstrap Smart Class. You can use any name of your choice, but for my case, I'll use that for classwork purposes. I click Create, just say yes. So we are going to create that project there. So what I'll do, I will simply copy and paste my extracted folder, this one, into the project so that we can install it in our project. So right click on your Bootstrap folder from your downloads, copy whatever you extracted, so copy, go to your project again, right click on your project, paste, then I'll change that to Bootstrap, or you can use any other name of your choice, press enter. So we wait for a few seconds so that it finishes installing. So once it's done installing, it will give you this bootstrap.js. So meaning that my Bootstrap has been installed successfully. I can now close that bootstrap.js like that. I can collapse now the entire Bootstrap folder. So now that we have Bootstrap installed in our project, let us create a HTML file. So right click on your project, select new HTML file. So name, I can type here lesson 1, I press enter. So I can type here Bootstrap introduction as my title. Then I press enter. I can go to body, I can create a heading H1. I type introduction to Bootstrap. So below my H1, I can put a HR, and then let's create paragraphs of lorem times 7. You remember how we are doing it via concatenation. So type P greater than sign lorem times 7, you tab. So I can pick that, I copy, Control C, come here, I paste Control V, 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe you can have 5 paragraphs of that type. So we are going to run this file. I'll just click on my browser icon, and you can see that it is just plain HTML text, no effect. So Bootstrap, it has a small s. So if I come and refresh, now we have that. So it is just plain HTML. So how do we now implement our Bootstrap in our project? This is now what you're going to do. So the first thing, if you look at our Bootstrap, if we expand this, we have CSS and we have JS. So for the CSS files, we have bootstrap.css and these ones. For JS, we have bootstrap.js. So what I need to attach is bootstrap.css and bootstrap.js. So below title, type the word link rel, that is style sheet, href, that will be bootstrap /css /bootstrap.css. So you pick bootstrap.css, The next one that you're going to attach is bootstrap.js. So we'll say link rel. No, for JS, JavaScript files. JS, this one is a JavaScript file. So to attach it, we use the script. We use the script tag. So type script tab, and then inside the script, we'll type src. So now that one will be bootstrap/js/bootstrap.js, like that. So if I come and refresh my page now, you can now see that my font has changed and everything else has changed. So even if we resize these, you will notice that your content will automatically fit depending on screen size. So this is now the kind of responsiveness that I'm talking about. This is now the responsiveness that I'm talking about. So now let us now implement now the Bootstrap classes. Let's say, for instance, I want us to center this heading. If you want to center that heading, just go to your H1. We say class is equals to, so you can see all these are Bootstrap items which are in bootstrap.css and bootstrap.js. So class, I'll just say text center. So if I say text center, I come and refresh my page, you can see my heading is centered. If you want this heading to be capitalized, we add another class, we call it text uppercase. You can type TEU, you will see text uppercase, or TU, text uppercase. So if I refresh this, it will make my text to be in capital letters. So also for the paragraphs, if you want to justify our paragraphs, we just say P class is equals to TJ. So when you just type TJ, it will know that it's text justify. So you press enter. So if I come here and refresh my page, you can see my first paragraph has been justified. I can do the same on the rest. I can highlight that, I copy, I come here and paste. I can paste again, I can paste again, and I can paste again. So if I refresh my page, you can see that all my paragraphs have been justified. So you notice that with Bootstrap, it saves us a lot of hassle in coding with CSS. So the next thing that I want us to look at is the colors. How do you set the font colors? Let's say, for example, for the heading, you want the heading to have a particular color. You want it to have a color like maybe blue. So if you want a color to be blue, here you come and say text success. Just type TES. You will see text. You want it to be blue, so that's text primary. That's text primary. So if I come and refresh here, it will change my color to blue. If you want my paragraphs, let's say you want to give colors, your paragraphs may be different colors. Let's say the first paragraph you want it to be green. So after the word text justify, just add another class called text success. Just type TES. So you will see text success. So if I come and refresh my page, it will change to green. I want to change this to something like red. So after text justify, you can add text danger, text D. So that's text danger. So if I come and refresh my page, you can see that that changes to red. Also, we have text warning that will give us orange, text info that will give us light blue, text dark that will give us dark gray, text white, and so on. So all those are colors that we can implement. So this is text primary, this is text success, this is text danger. Let me implement text info so that you can see how it looks like. text I. So you'll see text info. So if I come and refresh, you can see it changes to light blue, not dark blue. This one, maybe we can give it orange. That one you can use text warning, text W. You will see text warning. So if I come and refresh my page here, you can see it changes to that particular color and so on. So that is how this one, maybe you can give it text dark. You can give it text dark, So if I come and refresh here, these changes should be that color. Actually, dark is the default color. So that is how you implement the Bootstrap colors. So we have text primary, that's blue, text success, that's green, text danger, that's red, text info, that's light blue, text warning, that's orange, text dark, that's dark gray. We have text white, we have text secondary. You can try those ones on your own. So the next thing that I want us to look at is container. Now Bootstrap normally has container that normally creates automatic margin left and margin right spacing on your content. So let's say, for instance, for these paragraphs, I want to put them in a div class called container. So let's highlight all the paragraphs. So we can cut Control X. So we can type dot container. So that means we will create a div class called container. So if I hit tab and enter, we have our div class called container. So I'll paste my paragraphs there, all of them, and let's refresh and see what happens. So you can see with container, it's automatically creating margin left and margin right spacing on your content. So that is the importance of container. So even if you resize this, you will notice that even the container will be seen. Even the container is visible. It's being implemented and everything else is visible. So that is how you create a responsive web page with Bootstrap. So in our next lesson, we are going to look at Bootstrap collapse. Otherwise, thank you very much and see you in our next lesson.